What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be working on Cat's exhaust system. But first, me and Tyga is gonna go to my buddy Victor's house, Garage Creation, to drop off his head to get all the valve trains installed. And a big shout out to Jeremy for putting it in order for Tyga here, right? To get all that valve train for his head so we can bounce back on his CRV. So we didn't get to drop off the head, but I'll show you guys that in a minute. So we came over to my cousin's house real quick because we are picking up his ITR headers. Oof. Make some power or what? We got the stock heat shield, so she should be able to make some power and look stock under the hood. So I don't know if I released this video before or after this video, but my cousin did finish his block last night, and he has pretty much everything as far as the rod, piston, bearings, pump, everything installed. Just got to find the right pickup tube and an oil pan. But for the most part, his new short block for his Civic is just about ready to rock and roll. And you can rotate that crank a little bit here. Show you guys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Smooth. Hell yeah. So I had to come here to the storage real quick, guys. Grabbing an intake because I don't have one for Kat's car and I'd rather her have one and not have one. But really, I came over here because I need to grab this alternator because it's an OBD1. The one that's on her car is an OBD2 and the wires are wired correctly, but the alternator doesn't charge. So I'm gonna swap it out, use the original plug that's on the harness, and then swap that out somewhere in between this video because, like I said, my focus is to build her exhaust systems. All right, guys, so we are back here at the house, and now I didn't show you what happened to Pick's head. Is your trunk open?
Yeah.
So the reason why we didn't drop off the cylinder head is because when he burnt the valve, it burnt the seat and a little bit of the head. So it's definitely not going to make a seal. So this right here is his head, right? It is burnt, and it burnt the seat and it burnt the head a little bit. So this head is not going to seal unless it gets welded, you know, cut down, and then a new valve seat set into place. Now, because this is an issue right now and we're trying to get the head back on his car ASAP, I pretty much gave him this head right here. This is my spare head that's supposed to go on the DB1, but the DB1 is not gonna go VTEC anytime soon, so I'm gonna lend him this head to use, and then when I find a cheap bare GSR head, we'll get that back to replenish me. But he's gonna go and drop this off. New valve seals, all the Super Tech stuff is gonna get installed as well too. So right now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install this alternator. First, I'm going to clean it all nice. And then what I'm going to do is with the EF B series swap, it's really hard to take the alternator out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the master, pull it out, kind of bend it out of the way a little bit. Don't kink the lines. Remove this top bracket right here, right? Obviously, after removing the bolts and the belt, the alternator should just kind of come up right here. It's a little tricky, but it will come out right here. So here is my boy Sean Kingston right there. Damn, all these beautiful girls. So I got the master kind of pulled out of the way. Don't kink the lines. I got the brackets removed right here. Just like that. Orderly. Alright guys, so we got the alternator situated. It's finally charging. The other alternator, it was doing like 12 or something like that, and the car wouldn't like obviously stay on. So we swapped that one out from the one in the storage. We're good there. So right now I am getting ready to drop the cross member and then remove the header and install the Type R header that we just picked up from my cousin as well. So the ITR header is a 4-to-1, and because we can't get the traction bar right now, but we are getting a traction bar later, whenever Kat and Joe has available time to come back this way to you know, deliver it to me. For the time being, I'm going to install the header, build the exhaust based off of that, and then I'm probably going to hack up the stock cross member to clear the 4-to-1 header. I've done it before on my EF sedan. If you guys remember, the OG guys, I had 4-to-1 header Type R on my LSV Tech. I didn't know what a traction bar was back in the days. Chopped up my stock cross member and made it work. So that's what I'm going to do here. Build the exhaust base of that header instead of this one. Alright guys, got the header out. And a little comparison here between the ITR. I mean, that's definitely going to make a lot more power than this guy. So now we can install this. So I'm just taking a break, eating real quick, watching Motion Auto TV, and I'm looking at the car. I'm like, oh my goodness, look at that header, the header shield down there. That thing is hanging, boy. Oh my god, that's definitely one of the things I don't miss with the 4-to-1 header. But I'm sure Cat is not going to be slammed, so I'm not too worried about it. But at least it has a shield on there, so I think we're good. Alright guys, so I didn't cut the cross member because Joe texted me that he went to go pick up the traction bar on his way home. So right now I'm just going to leave everything off the car so I don't have to do it twice. I did clean up everything you know, that I'm not going to be needing. I am still going to try to do the exhaust for maybe an hour or so, depending on how bad the rain gets, because it just started raining. And my time frame is when this water rises high enough and it starts drizzling this way. That's when I got to stop, because right now it's completely dry. I'm going to change out my sweater so I can crawl underneath the car to fit up at least from the header somewhere midway into the car. And if I'm feeling a little ballsy, maybe I'll just build the exhaust in the rain, who knows. But definitely want to stay busy, guys. I know this is not the weather for you, for us, for any of us to be working in, because this can really it can make you sick, I guess you can call it. And being sick in this whole corona deal right now is not the business. But you know, I'm one of those where I got to stay busy, and it's only like 6:30 right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do what I can before the stream starts, and hopefully we'll make some progress. As soon as I changed my sweater, stream started, rain started coming in a little hotter. But I still went to the back of the car anyways to cut this piece off of this guy so we can get that off over the control arm. We're not going to be using this box because if you look at it, this is like 2 1/4, right? It transitioned from here. Actually, you know, this wasn't even welded. If you guys seen in the last video, this was just slipped over right there. It's 2 inch to 2 1/4, or you can see how much it transitioned from here to here to here. And then it went to this guy, which is the biggest pipe of the system, and then it transitioned back to a smaller, like 2 inch out the bumper. So I cut that off. We're not using that. We're going to be using this guy right here. Joe dropped this off the other day, and this is a 2.5 out, I believe it is, MagnaFlow. And my goal right now is to use this pipe. Thank you to Robert. If you guys don't remember, Robert gave me a whole bunch of stuff when we went to his house a couple months ago. This right here fits on the ITR donut. Bolt that in place.
Something like that.
Alright guys, so we're back here the next day. Last night it just got my whole back was wet, so I did tack up the flange, the mid pipe to the resonator before the gas tank, and today I'm gonna try to finish the rest of it. But Joe and Kat swung by my house for a few minutes to drop off the traction bar they just picked up last night, because they're on their way to store to stock up on supplies. So they came by, dropped it off. Now I can put this back onto the car, and then I can get all the axles and everything put back together here, the wheel, and then I can turn the car around so I can work on the axle back portion before we take the whole exhaust system out and fully weld it. I think I'm gonna put the suspension on. I originally told Joe to wait off until she gets all of the bushings and, you know, stuff to replace all the old stuff in the car. But I think I'm just gonna put the shocks on now. That's a nice color combo. Or maybe the Q8s. This looks nice too. Oh damn. That is way too low. Holy crap. No bueno. I'm gonna raise the car up. What in the world? For the time being, this is a lot better than the last height. Now we got about 2 fingers gap, and you know, it's not gonna scrape the header, which was the most important thing to me. Plenty of ground clearance. Awesome. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and turn the car on, and I'm gonna flip it around so we can continue the exhaust. And so Joe asked me today, how much do I want to sell my lower control arms for? You know, I forgot I had these. Got it off the Delso from the junkyard. So I had no intentions for them, no plans for it. If you guys remember the video, I didn't want to put anything from the Delso, but I decided to take a lower control arm anyways because the bushing was in decent shape. So I'm probably going to clean that up. Once I finish the exhaust, I'm going to install the rear shocks. And I'm gonna mate them up with these lower control arms. Oh my goodness. Yep, this clutch cable gots to go. It's an aftermarket clutch cable that's already breaking, but Kat has a new one on the way. Hopefully it comes in tomorrow. Wow. Oh, it feels really good. Yo. Yo. Ooh, alignment is terrible. Yo, this thing drives amazing. Guys, I'm impressed. Now, I mean, I know how I work on cars and everything, but like when it's a new car with a fresh swap, you know, especially when the car came in stock form. Sometimes when you do a swap, you're gonna run into issues, you're gonna run into hiccups after the swap is said and done. And you know, it takes days to tinker with it to get it 100%. This car, first initial startup was like 2 days ago. And I had a little hiccup here and there, but we sorted it out with the injector issue same day, and that was the first drive, and the car feels freaking awesome, other than the steering wheel wanting to go to the left really hard. But that's granted with suspension, a traction bar that's not adjusted for your car, and you know, old tires. But the car mechanically sounds freaking awesome. It revs through, no issues, and pretty much it drove like how I expected it to drive. I didn't do no pulls or anything like that. So when this is all said and done, I'm sure Kat is going to be eager to drive it. She'll take it to the alignment, she'll square everything else off with the car, and then we can go and really see what this car feels like. These are all the pieces that I found in my garage. So this is from the car originally. This is like 2 1/4, and this is 2 1/4, this is 2 1/4, this is 2 1/2, I believe, or it's 2 1/2, and then this is 2 1/2. So right now, I think I have all the bends that I'm going to need to make this exhaust system. This is a Magnifold. This is something you can get from O'Reilly's. I think I'm going to use this bend right here for the end of the resonator, right down there. And that is going to point like from the resonator this way, so we can shoot for this loop right here where the exhaust is going to be going through. And pretty much I just need a straight, which I'm going to be using this piece for, to add on to that to get to this point. And then from here I'm probably going to use like I mean, I'm going to use one of these 2 bends to go from the exhaust under the subframe to cut into the muffler, and then I'm going to use this end over here to go out the back of the bumper. So I'm going to mock this under the car real quick and give you a more better visual on what I just said. Down here we have that weird 45 bend. I had to cut that off the first time because I made it too much of an angle where it was pointing kind of towards the wheel, and now it looks like it's coming straight to me. And I just tacked this one right here on the top to kind of hold it in place. Because this is a short leg, kind of have to offset the exhaust a little bit, the muffler, which is not too, I'm not too crazy OCD, but I know, we know, it's off centered from at least the tow hook. I had to do that so that way this can clear this guy and make it a straight shot over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take that long straight right there, measure how long I'm gonna need it, cut it at the angle I'm gonna need it, and then tack it in place and figure out this end. I think this one's pretty simple using this guy right here. I'm gonna cut it, I don't know, somewhere there, right? And then it almost made it out of the back bumper. Let me see. Yeah, it's short about a couple inches, but you guys get the idea. Alright guys, after hustling and tussling underneath the car a million times, measurements after measurements, we got the exhaust done. I didn't find the 2.5 flange to put somewhere here, so we're gonna have to do that next time, or when we drop the fuel tank. We're just gonna pull the whole exhaust system off. We're just gonna have to do that one time just to put the fuel pump in. But guys, the exhaust system is about ready to go back on, and we're gonna hear this car for the first time with the full exhaust system. was quiet when it's idling, but it does have like a rasp to it. But then again, I already knew that because of the straight through MagnaFlow. So one thing about these Civic wagons, for the wagon owners, if you guys don't already know this, if the car is jacked up, either one side of the car where the car is crooked, or the front is jacked up but not the back, if the car is not level and you pop the trunk, it will throw the trunk off alignment. So I'm almost certain that these were adjusted to the same as the front, kind of. Camber gang though. Camber gang. Gang gang. Gang gang. Damn y'all, I thought I had to readjust the ride height, but it looks perfect. We got 3 fingers in the back, 2 in the front, and if Kat wants to go lower, she can always adjust it accordingly. But right here definitely looks a lot better than when it was stock height, and I'm glad I was able to get this on the first shot. And now we can pull it out, give you a sound test. Whoops. Oh, almost spoke too soon. I'm gonna pull it off to the street real quick. It's really quiet inside the car, but let's listen to it. Sounds freaking amazing. Looks amazing. Perfect ride height. See what this sounds like. I love how the throttle response is. It's really quick. Let's go for a drive. Feels freaking awesome. Wow. Other than the alignment and the bubble tires, I don't want to have to yell. I'm just excited. That's all it is. Definitely need some fresh gas in here. This thing gets it. Speed sensor. Now let's bring it back on the driveway and do the final touches. I'll tell you guys what, when this car is 100% ready, Kat's gonna have so much fun with it. She is definitely going to enjoy it. You see this smile on my face? I miss all motor. I probably gonna do an all motor setup in that car. I literally have everything to do a built B and everything to go K. So she's gonna have fun with this car. I think I am gonna wrap up this video right now, guys. And we were able to build the exhaust system using old parts, and the car sounds awesome. It didn't sound too shabby inside the car at all. I don't know how it sounds on the outside. You guys let me know in the comments below how that rear clip sounded earlier, but we have a full exhaust. It could be streetable now. It's almost ready to rock and roll, and by almost I mean we need the DA speed sensor. I'm gonna have to roam the yard, or I'm gonna have to drive further out. They closed one of our yards here because somebody caught the coronavirus out there. So once I find the speed sensor for the cable driven cluster, hopefully the VTEC will work. I don't think it worked. I was too excited, I didn't really pay attention. That way we can get rid of that one check engine light and this thing is ready to rock and roll. Or at least for now, because it's on a stock P72 ECU. We have a chip ECU for it. We just got to program a map for the car, street tune it, and then get it on the dyno when the tuner is ready. We were also able to put the suspension on. I know I told Joe to wait for, you know, all of the other compliant bushings before we do the shocks. Had extra time in the day. You guys can still see his daylight out. I figured I'd just throw it on for shiz and giggles. So I like the way the car currently sits right now. I hope she does too. But again, it's her car. She can adjust it whenever she wants to. But this is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit the like button if you guys did. And if you guys want to stick around for everything else to come. We got some things coming up here with my cousin's car. It was a surprise for a while. Nobody really knew, but it is time to share it with you guys. So be sure to hit the subscribe button if you guys want to find out what we're doing with my cousin's four-door. And also, we did not forget everybody who put in an order for the new merches that just released earlier this week. We are trying to get all the orders out right now. Right now, the company that has our t-shirts are delayed in shipping due to this whole coronavirus thing. So we're just waiting for the rest of the shipment to come in so we can get all of the t-shirts out to you guys. If y'all want to check out the new merches, be sure to hit the link in the description below, builttodrive.bigcartel.com. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.